This is American Nomad News. Darren Marchant reporting.
Okay, that's what the traffic looks like this morning. Unfortunately, I won't be able to broadcast this for a little while because Consumer Cellular has dropped my data speed down to practically nothing unless I'm at Wi-Fi, and I have to make enough money to pay for that bandwidth in order to report. That's part of the nature of being homeless. You're always broke, and that means your ability to contribute to society is constrained. And that, of course, means that people are going to say that you're not contributing to society. It's kind of a loop. God bless, Godspeed. Aim for the stars, land on the moon. So, if you've been following my channel, you know that I'm broadcasting this channel from an inexpensive cell phone. Or so it seems. Now, I just got off the phone from Consumer Cellular, and I've been on their supposedly unlimited plan. It's titled Unlimited. Now, I don't know about you, but I go by the parts of speech. Limited being the root word, and un being the prefix modifier. This is basic grammar. Something that big tech can't figure out. I mean, they really can't figure out prefixes and suffixes. They can't figure out that basic function of English grammar. And in this case, it's come out to be kind of an interesting thing because I supposedly hit a limit, right? It's supposed to be unlimited, but I hit a limit and they want to charge me $10 and then another $10, and then they can't charge me after that. I had 19 bucks on my account. And to my mind, unlimited means that there is no limit. Right? You got unlimited data means, okay, you've paid enough that whatever your cell phone can transmit and receive, that's really the only constraint in the system. You could just sit there and watch YouTube videos all day long, and there's not going to be a problem. Or play your video game or do whatever. And as long as it's up to the machinery, then you're cool. But no, it doesn't work like that. Unlimited doesn't mean unlimited. It means whatever the company that's making money off you wants it to mean. And that's one of the problems that I see in big tech today, is they're just not being honest. I mean, it's basically a lie. Come on, not even basically, it is. It's straight up bearing false witness. It's breaking one of the 10 commandments of God straight from the Bible. Why do you think so many people dislike the Bible? Because it says to do things that are inconvenient, right? It's convenient to say, oh, it's unlimited up to a limit, and then we're going to charge you more, and that way they get more, and everybody can just pretend it's unlimited and whatever, right? But honesty takes work. And these guys don't want to work. They don't want to put that work into it that says, okay, we really have limited plans. It's just this limit is higher than that limit, and this is how much it costs. And we're not going to go over that because your cell phone can't process more than that limit. And I got to thinking about that in terms of space, right? I take every aspect of life, and I look at that blue sky at night. It's black, full of stars with a moon and maybe even a comet. And oftentimes there's what we call a falling star. It's just a little meteorite or a chunk of satellite falling down. And I think, wow, when we move 1 million people in space, right? When we have significant populations of people in space, how are we going to adapt for things like copyrights and patents and cell phones and limited structured data plans and banks and economies of dependencies? Because what if the Martian was on Mars and he had a cell phone? Okay, he's got a cell phone that is plugged into a pocket on his spacesuit, and he's got a heads-up display inside of his helmet, so he can see the screen and he can control it from a little, from the cell phone on his arm, and he can hear it, and everything's cool, right? And when he takes the suit off, he can unplug it, stick it in his pocket, and walk around his little space habitat on Mars, and everything's groovy, right? He can call one of his other coworkers that's on Mars, and the signal goes up to a SpaceX satellite and bounces it to another couple of different SpaceX satellites, and it goes back down to wherever the other person is, at some research station or a survey site or another base camp or whatever, and everything's groovy. He can communicate. And he says, "Oh, hey, we're going to come out there in a week or so. Do you need us to bring anything?" "Oh, yeah, bring us a couple more right?" But then somebody on Earth, right, who's part of the consumer cellular program or whatever, right, says, "Oh, your plan says we don't have any more minutes, so you can't talk to this person at the other side of Mars because your plan you can't do anything about it because you don't have the money in your account. You have to wait until the end of the month." "Well, my paycheck from SpaceX and blah, 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 and oh my gosh, I'm going to die. I'm literally going to die because I can't communicate that we need more, components to fix the oxygen machine, and you're going to murder me." "Well, we can't, we got a contract and we can't blah, blah, blah." Right? That doesn't work for that guy, does it? How are we going to adapt? Because they're going to want cell phones. SpaceX wants to send 1 million people to Mars. Okay, well, everybody's going to have a cell phone. They're probably going to have the super duper extra quality one too. And that means they're going to have a permanent plan. It says, I'm living on Mars, that comes with a cell phone because a risk assessment issue, right? And what happens if they break their cell phone? Are they going to bring spares? Right? How's that all going to work? Is it going to come out of his paycheck? How many dollars does it take to get a cell phone, a stack of 100 cell phones in a box up to Mars? Aren't they eventually going to want to start manufacturing their own cell phones on Mars? Isn't that going to be a thing? So yeah, there's a little space infrastructure minute. Darren Marchant reporting. You guys have a blessed day. This is Darren Marchant with American Nomad News, and this is the weather. The sky, as you can see, is straight up clear. Not a cloud in the sky. A lovely blue sky. Just gorgeous. The trees are still devoid of leaves except for some of the small evergreeny bushes and so forth. I'm going to keep this short. We had a little tiny sprinkle this early this morning. Other than that, it's been clear. There's almost hardly a breath of wind. It's just lovely today. It's about 60 degrees, something like that, 50 to 60 degrees. God bless, Godspeed. Aim for the stars, land on the moon.